welcome to this video conference with Kaveh Mazairi, the Iranian director of Botox.
Thank you very much. I'm also very happy that Botox will be screened at your festival for the first time in the world.
Botox is your first feature film after 5 short fiction films and a series of documentaries. It is a co-production between the Canadian Three Bros Films and your company, Darvash.
As you mentioned, we're making documentaries and short film fictions for many years. My recent films have been successful in many domestic and international film festivals. My films are based on my personal experience and, of course, with imagination and storytelling. So Botox was inspired by a real character I had lived with her for years. A woman with autism who was constantly humiliated by her brother. I wonder what would happen if there was a situation where she could repay. So the story of Botox came from here. This film is not considered as one of the mainstream of Iranian cinema because it was made completely independently. My friends and I founded it, and I am one of the producers. One of the producers. It may not be shown in large halls or theaters due to governmental licenses. Iranian governmental licenses, I mean. Moreover, the main atmosphere in Iranian cinema believes, unfortunately, believes that if the main character of the film is a woman, the film was not sold successfully. So I had to work independently to be able to make my film without having to deal with these complexities.
Like in Retouch, your well-known short film, the female figure erases breaking his subordinate position towards the male. The men, in turn, are a victim of their arrogance. It is a rather obscure representation of the relationship between men and women in the society.
You're right. At least in my recent films, honestly, I don't like to portray a woman who is usually seen in woman-centered films. I mean Iranian films. These women are victims of a patriarchal society and are usually passive and eventually destroyed. I don't like this passivity and distraction. I prefer the characters to act. I agree with you about the fighterist representation of the relationship between Iranian men and women.
In your films, the women must bear the weight of the lying. The lying is an issue very important in your films. There is the need for the women of masking their feelings and enacting a false reality. Is the lying so important in the contemporary society?
I cannot call it a lie. If I want to answer based on Iranian culture, I have to use words like covering up or maintaining reputation, or in other words, censorship. For example, I made the Retouch short film with the same idea, which was actually based on my own personal experience. Lying may be one of these concepts, yes, but lying has a negative meaning that I prefer to enter the positive and negative valuation phase. It is more important for me to explore my personal experience and that of my society.
It seems to me that Botox is basically a black comedy. It starts with a Chuck Jones cartoon, and there are some situation that reminds me of the slapstick comedy also, especially for the way you create the character of Akram and depict her behavior, her reaction.
I'm glad that the black comedy of the film is understandable because this is a world premiere of the film, and it is really gratifying to hear that. We talked to Susan Parwar about this tone or this mood. I mentioned many of these things in the biography I wrote for Akram. Akram is main character of the film. I'm very happy that he say it looks like a slapstick comedy. Susan Parwar is a well-known comedy actress or actor in Iran. She has acted in many popular comedy series and plays and cinematic films. But this was the first time she had played in the lead role in a non-comedy film. Interestingly, the results was much better than what was in the concept, in the script that I wrote. I think my biggest chance in this movie was the performance of Susan Parwar. What we call the atmosphere of the film is often formed in my mind by location. Obviously, about Botox, I had a short story, but when I saw the Salt Lake up close, the story of this movie formed completely at that time. Also, in the film, you see a bazaar in Iran and a bazaar in Germany. I spent two, 2 to 3 months finding two similar bazaars. So choosing real locations is that from the stage of writing the scripts, I was looking for a real location with real events that also have a magical aspects so that I could gradually get in touch with the screen mentality of the film. The filming location is a small and mountain city called Rudehen near Tehran. The city Rudehen. The city has very cold weather conditions, and we also filmed in Berlin and Hamburg film markets.
Thank you, Kabe. Thank you for this conversation, and thank you for your film. We are very happy to show it as a world premiere in our competition.
Thank you very much, and I hope your audience like my movie. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye. Goodbye.
Bye.